Okay, this is Dream Soul in the background. Excuse me, I'm eating my breakfast, so I apologize if you don't like to hear someone eating. This isn't the video for you, but so I'm experimenting with these temporary tattoos. No, and I like this, how it's like a picture on a picture. I mean, it might look cluttered and messy to some people, but I think it looks cool. I'm gonna experiment with that. But so what I thought about this morning, I'm gonna be quiet because my family's just waking up. But I thought to myself, well, hypothetically, if I was wealthy and had no limit on what I could do, that's what I think about. I'm like, well, what if the actual number doesn't matter? What if it's more about like, what would you do? What would you buy? What would you have? Right? I like to think about those things. Some people are like, I want $1 million. Okay, well, what are you gonna do with those $1 million? Just sit on your butt and do nothing? That's not exciting. That's not exciting to me. All right, here we go. And obviously, no one has to be excited over what excites me, but here's my daily activities with unlimited funds. So first I would wake up at 4. I feel like 4 is a reasonable time. 3 o'clock, I used to wake up at 3-ish, I believe, when at a certain job I had, but I loved it because you were done with work by like 2. I was in bed by like 7, but I realized it's too early, so I think 4 is a happy medium, 5-ish, but I really do believe that waking up after 5 is pretty late, in my opinion. So actually, I'm gonna stop saying my opinion. These are all things I believe, and this is my channel, and that's what I'm gonna say. I would start out with obviously water. I love Pellegrino. So for me, it's Pellegrino. I'd just have like a fridge stocked Pellegrino. I think that's what I would do. Hop in the sauna. I'm super tight in the mornings. I can barely get out of bed, so it's really hard to walk. So I think just drinking some water, hydrating, getting in the sauna, trying to get loose, relaxed. I'm a huge proponent of ice baths. I think cold shock therapy and just exposing your body to extreme temperatures in both directions, I think is really good. Obviously, within reason, I know I'm not Wim Hof, okay, so I can't run a marathon with barefoot in Antarctica yet, okay. Float tank, I used to be a member of the Float Center of Nevada for years, my wife and I, so I love floating. I think it's a good way to relax, let your, stimulate your mind, let your mind kind of think about stuff. That's a big thing for me, I've always kind of seen phones as a distraction. I like to think and I don't like to be distracted. If I have an idea, I want to think about it, I want to develop it, I want to make sense of my ideas that are in my head. I don't want other people constantly bombarding me with insignificant, trivial things. Now, if these are people that I care about, absolutely, please contact me, let me know what's going on. If you think it's important, please let me know. But I realize most people, they just have this like agenda and they want you to like conform to their agenda. It's like, no, I'm figuring out my life on my own. You should do the same. And then I would stretch. I love stretching. I think stretching is huge, at least 2 hours a day. That's huge for me. Stretching probably, this was just brainstorming, so this is in a list of priority, and I have to break it down too, but these are just initial things that I think I would want to do every day. Pool time, I need to get better at swimming. I want to get back into triathlons, and swimming is my weakest. I barely made it. The one and only time I did a triathlon, I made it with like 20 seconds on the swim. It was like a 60-minute cutoff, and it was like 59:20 or something. Walking, I love walking. That's how I lost like 60 pounds, was just by walking a lot every day, like 8 to 10 hours every single day. Video games, I do love video games, and I want to get back into it. I realize like, for me, it's just about the time. I have the passion and the love for a lot of things. I probably for 30 years ago was probably when I started just really enjoying video games, and the last 20 years have been, time consuming with other things. So I want to get back into it. And then hand out money. I was telling my wife, I would love to do this. I'm just saying, if I was rich, I wouldn't make it silly. I would just go places, wherever, give me a high five, I'll slip you $100. You know what I'm saying? Like, I just think it's cool. It's really cool when something unexpected happens to you and someone gives you money. And I think I would do that every day. You know, I would roll out with whoever knows how much, and inconspicuously, I would make sure that money gets to wherever it needs to go. And then hang out with friends and family. That's it. That's a perfect day for me. Thank you. I love you. I made it to 5 minutes.